The Blue Cash Preferred Card from American Express is a hidden gem among credit cards. Unless you're deep into the credit card world, you've probably never heard of this card. However, it's one of the most powerful cards out there right now, so let's talk about it. I'm going to be going over the sign-up bonus, the rewards, and every other important aspect of this card. Let's start off with the sign-up bonus. The Blue Cash Preferred Card will give you $300 after you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. This is not really that impressive. Other cards such as the Chase Sapphire Preferred will give you $750 after you spend $4,000 within the first 3 months. So this sign-up bonus is not really something to write home about. However, it's the rewards where this card really shines. There are really 3 rewards that this card offers that are better than all the other cards. And the first one is that you get 6% back on groceries up to $6,000 in spend per year. This means that every time you go grocery shopping, you'll earn $6 per every $100 that you spend. This is one of the highest grocery cashbacks we have ever seen, and even outplays the Chase Freedom Flex, which held the previous record at 5% back on groceries. This is really where the card makes itself worth it. Having the highest cashback on groceries is a phenomenal benefit because, well, everyone needs groceries. Many families spend thousands of dollars per year buying food at a grocery store, so this card can put hundreds of dollars back in your pocket. For credit card connoisseurs, this card has a designated spot in your wallet as a grocery card. I know we've all felt lost after the Chase Freedom Flex discontinued their 5% back on groceries, so this is a great replacement for that. The second major benefit of this card is that you get 6% back on select streaming services. Now, this perk isn't crazy, but it is really nice. You most likely won't be spending thousands of dollars a year on streaming services. However, this 6% back can offset Netflix raising their prices every couple months. Yes, Netflix, I'm talking to you. The last main perk of the Blue Cash Preferred Card is that you get 3% back on gas stations and transportation, including taxis, trains, buses, parking, and tolls. The 3% back on gas stations is a nice perk. However, if you have more than a couple credit cards, you most likely have the Chase Freedom Flex, which means that you'll be able to get 5% back on gas stations. If this is the case, you most likely won't be using this card at gas stations. However, you can still take advantage of it when ordering taxis or buying train tickets, whatever transportation costs that you have. One kind of hidden benefit within this transportation cost is 3x back on parking. If you live in a big city like New York, then you might have to pay a significant amount per year on parking, and this card can allow you to get 3x back on that parking. If this is your only card, then having 3x back on gas stations is a great benefit to have. Especially with gas prices rising, this can be a great way to get some of your money back. Having the 3x back on taxis is another great benefit as well. A lot of cards offer points back on Uber. However, not many offer points back on taxis. So if you live in a city like New York, again, where you take a lot of taxis, then this card could give you a significant amount of cash back. Other than that, the Blue Cash Preferred Card gives you 1x back on all other purchases, which is pretty standard across the board. There is one last reward that could benefit you, however, it does not benefit me, and it probably won't benefit most people. But if you have an Equinox membership, then you get a $10 a month credit towards your Equinox membership. So if you have an Equinox membership, then every month you'll have $10 deducted back into your account when you pay for your membership through this card. Like I said, I personally don't use Equinox, and I'm guessing most of you do not, but if you do, then that can be a nice little bonus that helps offset the annual fee. Okay, now that we've gone over the rewards of this card, let's take a look at some of the important technical aspects behind it. The Blue Cash Preferred Card has an intro offer of a $0 annual fee in the first year, and then after that, it's $95. When opening a new credit card, you should always do the math to make sure the credit card works for you personally. So that means calculating how much the annual fee is versus how much value you'll actually get from the card per year. You want to make sure that the card is offering you more value than you're paying for it. And in the Blue Cash Preferred's case, the answer is not so simple. There are no credits unless you use Equinox that offset the annual fee. So you have to rely on the cash back to make up for that annual fee. And the 6x back on groceries can do that. It just depends on how many groceries you buy. For example, if you live outside the US and you're not buying that many groceries, for example, I'm in Turkey right now, and because of inflation, all the groceries are extremely cheap, so I'm really not spending much at all on groceries, at most like $100 a month. So for me personally, the grocery benefit would not affect me. However, if you're in the US, you likely buy a lot of groceries, especially if you have a family and you have to provide groceries for that entire family. And you also have to remember that the sign-up bonus is $300, which means that it'll cover the annual fee for the first 4 years. So first year free, and then $300, $95 a year, 4 years in total. And doing the math on how much you have to spend on groceries per year to make up for this annual fee, you have to spend around $1,500 per year on groceries. If this number seems unachievable for you, then this card might not be for you. And that is completely okay. If this is the case, I would recommend you take a look at the Chase Freedom Flex, which offers similar rewards. And you can find that in the link in my description. Many people will be able to justify this card through their grocery spend. And if this is the case for you, then it can make a powerful addition to your wallet. Users of this card enjoy a 0% intro APR for the first 12 months, and then 13.99 to 23.99% after that. Users of this card can also take advantage of a service called Buy Now Pay Later, which lets you purchase items and pay them off over installments. Maybe that's 1, 2, or 3 months. So you're basically paying the full price of an item in smaller installments over a period of time. For example, let's say you bought an iPhone for $1,000 and you pay it off over 4 months, meaning you pay around $250 per month. And what's great about this is for the first year, the Blue Cash Preferred card gives you a 0% interest rate on those Buy Now Pay Later purchases. However, after that is a 1.33% interest rate. The last thing that's unique about the Blue Cash Preferred card is that you get rewards in the form of rewards dollars, which means you can use it towards your statement credit. I know Discover has a similar cashback program as well. So now that we've gone over the benefits of this card, let's take a look at some of the cons. The Blue Cash Preferred card has 3 main cons that you need to be aware of. The first con is that this card is a little bit hard to get approved for, meaning that when you apply, you want to apply with a credit score of at least 690. If you have a credit score below that, then you will likely not get accepted. However, I still encourage you to apply. If you do not have this credit score yet, I would recommend that you apply to the Discover It Secured card, because pretty much anybody can get accepted to that, and it's the perfect card for building your credit. If you want to find that, it'll be in the link below. The next con is that you can only spend a certain amount on some of the rewards categories. For example, you can only spend $6,000 a year on groceries. This means that the maximum cashback you can earn from groceries is only $360 per year. This perk would be way better if the spending cap was a little bit higher, but if that were the case, Amex would probably go broke. Also, when shopping for groceries, some supermarkets do not apply. For example, you can't get 6% back at Target or Walmart. The final con of this card is that it does have a foreign transaction fee, which we don't see that often with credit cards anymore. However, this one has a foreign transaction fee of 2.7%, which is pretty dang high. This means that if you're somebody who travels a lot, like me, then this card is pretty much out of the question, because I would have to pay a 2.7% fee every time I used it overseas. If you are living in the US and do not have plans of travel though, then this does not affect you. Overall, I think the Blue Cash Preferred card is a very interesting card for people who spend a lot on groceries. For example, if you have a family and are buying groceries for all of them, maybe you have a wife and kids, or maybe even just a wife, then you will likely spend a good amount on groceries per year, and this card could save you hundreds of dollars. On the other hand, if you're somebody who travels a lot and works online like a digital nomad, then this card is not for you. I hope this video was able to bring you some value and give you a better understanding of the Blue Cash Preferred card. If you want to see more credit card content, I post credit card videos weekly, so it would mean a lot to me if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you and have a great day.